Hi, my name is Elisa. We're back. We're doing the reproductive system of the female, and this is part two, ovaries. So the ovaries are the female gonads. We produce egg cells, which we call ova, in plural, and sex hormones. It's an almond-shaped, kind of like egg-shaped little organ, and it's nestled, well, there's two of them, nestled in the ovarian fossa of the posterior pelvic wall. They have a white kind of capsule, so alba refers to like being white, and then tunica is like a shirt or covering, right? Um, Similar to what we have on the testes, which we looked at. The outer area or the cortex, right? Here's the cortical layer would be here, is where the germ cells develop, which are going to go ahead and become fully matured egg cells. The inner medulla, which is like the middle part, right? Medulla always meaning middle, is occupied by the major arteries, veins, supportive vessels, and all that good stuff. Each egg is going to develop into its own fluid-filled follicle, which is like a supportive kind of surrounding. Ovulation is the is the bursting of the follicle, yes, and then subsequent releasing of the egg, and the follicle is going to stay behind, and that's actually also going to have some more detail to it. So don't give up on the follicle, but the egg is going to travel down um, through the uterine tubes into the uterus. The ligaments of the ovary are, well, is the ovarian ligament, as you might want to guess. It's actually attached to the uterus because they work synergistically. It is attached to the pelvic wall also by the suspensory ligament, and it contains an ovarian artery, a vein, as well as the nerves that travel that route. It is anchored to the very large broad ligament by the mesovarium, which we'll look at. The ovary receives blood from two arteries, the ovarian branch of the uterine artery and the ovarian artery dedicated. So that's like 1 and 2. And so the ovarian artery is equivalent to like the testicular artery in males. Ovarian and uterine arteries are anastomoses along the margin of the artery, right? So yes, anastomoses, and they give up multiple small arteries that may enter the ovary, ovarian veins, lymphatic vessels, and those are also going to go through those suspensory ligaments, so it's a good orienter. Here's what it looks like. This is the structure of our ovary here. So here's the suspensory ligament that kind of comes in, and it's carrying the vasculature, right? So the vessels itself, you'll notice the vessels kind of deviate out and begin to become smaller and smaller and smaller. Let's take a look at the beginning. So that would be the primary follicle, primary meaning the first follicle, as it matures and develops into the secondary, tertiary, and the mature follicle. The ovum itself is the egg proper. The rest of this area, the supportive tissue, is known as the follicle. Oops, going back, sorry, I was rushing ahead there. The process of ovulation, the ovulated or the bursted follicle, will then release the ovum. The follicle remains and like becomes like smaller. It comes the corpus luteum, so corpus meaning like the body, and it's like kind of lucid, right? And then corpus albicans meaning like white body, right? And then here's like the white body here, and it further degrades. And then they still undergo some metabolic processes, which we'll look at later on. But that is like the nuts and bolts of what's going on with egg development in the ovary. A female is born with all of the eggs, all of the germ cells that she will release in her lifetime. It's just they will have to go through this maturation process, which we will again look at a little bit more depth like coming up, for them to be actually released, right? So they're not released all at the same time. They're not all ready at the same time. Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, and I hope you're out there somewhere having a great day. Bye bye.